Good morning, good morning, good morning, Rosaryville, third graders, fourth graders, and fifth graders. This is Mr. Banks coming to you live from his home music studio. I am so excited for today's lesson because it is very, very, very interactive. And what I'm going to do now is show you how to navigate through this lesson because you're going to have to navigate through it on your own. It requires you to do a lot of clicking and traveling through a document, but I think that you are going to enjoy it. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to click on the link in Google Classroom on the We Shall Overcome lesson number one. We Shall Overcome lesson number one. Once you're there, click on the link that is there. Once you're on the link, it'll bring you to this page on my classroom website. Once here, you can either do two things. You can click this to make the slideshow pop up bigger, like this, or you can scroll to the bottom and click this to make it full screen. You can do the same thing here. You can go like this and then click full screen. It doesn't matter, just make it full screen. So today we are going to begin looking at performances of the famous African American freedom song called We Shall Overcome. Now, today we're not going to get into the history of it or the background of it. We're going to look at some performances, but next time we're going to begin to talk about the background, where it comes from, and what it means. So, We Shall Overcome, the freedom song. It is a freedom song that was sung and that was used during the civil rights movement here in the United States of America. This is when we had people like Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Rosa Parks, and many, 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 many others who were very instrumental. We had Thurgood Marshall. We had a whole lot of other people who were very instrumental in the civil rights movement. And they used these freedom songs to really encourage people during this time to stay encouraged. Although we are dealing with racism and segregation, although people are being very mean and being very nasty and very rude and they are full of hate, one day we are going to overcome. And so they sang these songs to encourage themselves. They used music to encourage themselves and to keep themselves going in times of crisis or in times of pandemic. Like right now, we are in this coronavirus pandemic, but I believe that we shall overcome. So I hope this also encourages you. So, all right, let's get into the lesson. So, once you get to this page, you're just going to click your screen and then it's going to bring you to this great performances page. We are going to look at 4 performances of the song We Shall Overcome. Now, you want to make sure that you follow these in order. So you're going to take your mouse and click on number 1. It's going to bring you to this page about Louis Armstrong, a famous African American jazz trumpet player and singer. And this video should automatically play. If it doesn't, just click play and look at the video. Enjoy his performance. Read the words and listen. And then once you're done, you're gonna go here and click to go back to great performances. Once you're here, move on to number 2. We have Mahalia Jackson. Mahalia Jackson is going to sing for you. Look at her clip. Once you're done, click to go back to great performances. Move on to number 3, the famous Diana Ross. Listen to her beautiful performance and watch it. Pay attention to her. And once it finishes, go to click back to great performances. Then you're going to click on number 4, Dr. Martin Luther King. Now, Dr. Martin Luther King is not singing in this, but he used the song We Shall Overcome and parts of the song in one of his very famous speeches. If you think you know the name of that speech, send me an email and I will give you a shout out on Class Dojo in our next either on Class Dojo or in our next lesson. You can tell me what speech this comes from. I will give you a shout out on Class Dojo and in our next lesson. So once you finish with Dr. King, you can go and click back to great performances. Notice once you get back here, there's something different. There's a number 5. Now, number 5 is not a performance, but it leads us to the last great performance of the day. Number 5 is our assignment. And so you click number 5 and it tells you to go back to Google Classroom so that you can complete this assignment. So here's what you do. You're going to go back to Google Classroom. You're going to click on the assignment that says Listening Journal, We Shall Overcome. And once you are there, you are going to watch the last great performance of the day. Then you're going to open this assignment and you're going to answer these 3 questions. First question, what do you like about the song? Type in your answer in the blue box. What does the song make you think about? Type your answer in the blue box. What do you think about the song? Type your answer in the blue box. Then make sure you turn in that assignment. Make sure you click turn in Google Classroom. And so that's the end of today's lesson. You are free to go into Google Classroom and to explore this assignment. Make sure that you go through each of the performances and that you listen to them and allow the music to move you, allow the music to stir you. And I hope that you enjoy the performances. Then after the performances, go to Google Classroom so that you can watch the last video of the day and complete the listening journal. Have a great week, and I will see you next time. This is Mr. Banks coming to you live from his home music studio. Hasta la vista.